essentially, we are discussing some of the acute and chronic considerations in naturopathic patient management. Some of the, I think, relevant pieces of background for this particular subject is that coronaviruses account for 30% of common colds every year. It is not a new virus by any means in the human microbiome, and certainly not in mammals in general. In fact, it's a virus family that's been around for quite a while. I remember in the late 1980s, I was working in an animal hospital, and we had a coronavirus outbreak in dogs that presented just like parvovirus did. One of the things that we've learned about this organism, and a lot of what we've learned about the world that we share with, a lot of other people, is that there's definitely some demographic interestingness that should be talked about, that it just kind of uncovers some social issues, I guess you could say, with this particular pandemic. What we see particularly for people, especially with the severity of the condition, becomes relative to the kinds of abnormalities you see. But this is basically when we look at the population at large, who gets the disease most severely, and what is it that might be contributing to that kind of a process. And what we found is that most definitely the level of a person's white blood cells and lymphocytes when they get the condition or contract the virus definitely has a bearing on the progression of the disease. Ultimately, IgG will take over that role in as much as it's not as large, so it doesn't wave a red flag so rapidly, but it also opsonizes, or IgGs can clone themselves rather quickly, and as they do so, confer a really rapid immune response when you're re-exposed to the thing, whatever the thing might be, measles, SARS-CoV-2, whatever. So a cytokine storm essentially is this cascade of immune responders that are in themselves pro-inflammatory. So they will, even if maybe they've taken care of the virus, maybe they haven't, it doesn't really matter, because they themselves now become the problem. A lot of times we'll find creative ways to resuscitate mitochondria, and NAD analogs like NMN, which is nicotine monohydrate, as well as NR, which is nicotinamide riboside, are all helpful as mitochondrial resuscitators in order to stimulate better activity of the mitochondria. Sometimes when people have chronic illness, their mitochondria just don't function properly. They downregulate as a result of becoming more dormant, so that you're limiting the replication ability of the microorganism.